Welcome everybody to the Keys to Wisdom channel. I'll make a follow-up video to the last video that I did about 144 and 153 and John 21:11, the 153 fish. So as you can see, we're starting here with the word elect, right? Everybody knows elect has a lot of things to do with the 144,000. So when you see it here relating with the 144, you kind of understand that. But then you see here the 153, that we're going to relate it into the fish from John 21 chapter 11 as well. We're going to tie it into all the morals and give the complete equation that all of this stuff is based on, and show the morals. It's all based upon the morals of Zion. Okay, so I'm going to start out here. I'm going to flip over to the simple English gematria. As you can see, elect has a value of 45 in simple English gematria, and we're going to add in Jesus. When we do that, we're at simple gematria 119, 911 in reverse with the XIX, whole deal there. And to bring it to the 144, we're going to use ML 144, but we're also going to tie it into the 153, and the proper one to use for all of the morals that everything is involved with is the ABC. So you see here at 153, 144, and you see here the elect 153, 144. So we'll tie it all together here. Like I said, and I didn't say it yesterday, but I showed it yesterday in the video. There are only 11 letters capable of making the 144 by themselves. This is them. The only difference is here that I've got 72 B's representing the 144 A's to save room. Right? The only letters that are compatible back and forth in terms of 1 plus 1 plus 1 will equal A plus A plus A will equal something else is B's. A plus A plus A does not equal C. A plus A equals B. Right? And these are the 11, right? Let's flip over to show it. Let me see if I can. This is why I'm trying to save the room on the A's. All right, so we're at 1584. 144 times 11 is 1,584. That's why I'm saving room. Instead of putting in 144 A's, I've got 72 B's and 72 B's. So it's 144 B's here, which saves me the character space of 72 additional A's that would require to express the same thing. So we're at 1584 here, right, with the only 11 characters that can do it. I'm going to flip back over to here. What are we at? 29, 898. 29,898 divided by 11. 29,898. It's 2718 times 11, right? And of course, what we're trying to get is 1728 times 12, right? So I'm going to take this here and we're going to add on the 12th, 144 through that combination that I showed you, which is elect, ML, Jesus. And at this point, it brings us to 31,449. Let's see what that does. 31,449. It would be 2859 by 11. But that is not where we want to go, right? So can I show here that we're at the 1728 with it? What happened here? Oh, I got some funky X's in there. The multiplication symbol changing us up. Now we're at 1728. So let's go back to what we were at, just 20889. 20889 divided by 11. 1899 by 11, right? So we're in the simple area where we want to be, right? 12 by 144, right? But we're not where we want to be in the living word in the fine large fish. So now we're going to add our additional 9 to 153, the number of fish in John 21, chapter 11. We're going to use A, B, C. And there we have our 32,670, which is actually our 1278 times our 144 times 12, 1728 times 12, 2736, right? That's in there. 20,736, right? It's in here now when I'm at 153, the number of fish. It's not in there when I was at the additional 144, right? So now I'm going to explain here why it's this A, B, C. So I'm going to take all of this out. I'm going to put in the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And now we're at that, right? And this is also going to relate to the fish. All right, 351, 153 in reverse, right? The total of A, B to Z, the entire alphabet, right? And if I'm going to jump that up 9 using, or I'm not going to jump that up 9, I'm going to jump it up 6 to 357, right? Which would kind of could be like the only order of 3 magic square relations, right? Would be into that. But now here, right, everything we have is cyclical, right? Now what does it give us? 12, 12, 12, 12. And what do we get if we go 12 times 12 times 12 times 12 equals 2736. Right, and the moral of this is the 27th character is a character of Zion. Right? Two wrongs don't make a right, though. Right? The 27th to 31st characters, the full month. Right? Genesis 1, 1 to 31, full month, 1 to 31. Right? All five of those are the five trees of paradise. They're all Zion charged characters. The moral within the word here, right, is at this point you have a Zion +9 charge. Right? It's the very first time that Zion takes charge. Right? Here it's +9 Scion charge. You start here, right? Everything was equal, and then we have a fall. Boom, Scion, -9 charge. Not washing DC, right? Taking even more power. Now it's -54 charge. Here's the origin of Zion, right? It's EZ. Now we're at -36. And you go all the way through. Now it's a back and forth deal, right? C to Y, the Scion charge, side of the charge, is in control the entire way. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, right? The whole way, the Scion side has more charge. It's called Zion literally because that is where that ion takes charge, is at Zion, right? And the 27th character has a value of 90 and 9, and it would increase this charge from +9 Zion if you went into the 27th character from +9 here to +90. The equivalent of that would be the letters VE, right? So at this point here now, where the charge that has been under the entire time from C to Y is now taking charge and is in control, a literal pole shift, right? So the options are to do the same thing that C did at D, not washing DC, right? And to take even more power over the situation than it had. But, right, two wrongs do not make a right. So this is what actually created the face of the great year upon the sky, right? And Z is where the days are cut short and we wrap back around. 2016 years added on. Right now we start getting our first links into time, right? 1212s are in here, A, B, C's, right? Our links into time are within here, and it goes back to equality, right? It started at the beginning, AB 1212, equality, there was a fall. Now one has more, one has less. Power over others, corruption, all of that begins. That power was taken and then increased, right? And another reason it's why it's not washing DC is because after here, right, if you bring it back around, now the olive branch is out again for peace and equality, the way that everything began and the way that everything will end. Have you found the beginning to be looking for the end? For there too it will be. It'll be an expression the same way. Equality, equals. No more, no less. No power over anything else. No corruption. All of the bullshit gone, right? Because it didn't begin with all of the bullshit, right? It's equals, equality, no power over any others at the beginning, and that's how it will end. Everything in between is the bullshit of more and less, right? So another reason it is because, right, at that point, right, peace can be made. Here, right, charge and power can be taken back by Sion, right? Not Washington, D.C. Fuck you. No tie, right? Tie, well, wash is a tie, right? Here it is. It's the chance to wash. Wash everything clean, right? The real deal baptism of the waters, right? Why do you wash the inside of the outside of the cup, not the inside of the cup? Don't you realize that the same one that makes the outside is the one that makes the inside, right? And really, you need to wash the inside, right, to be able to accept this rather than taking that, not washing DC. You're dirty, 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 filthy on the inside, right, to do that, right? You have a choice. End everything, heal everything, everything is washed. Everything's a tie, back the way it began, but your choice is instead to not washing DC, take power again and create the situation again of more and less, and have power and be corrupted and wickedness, all of that shit, right? That's all the stuff is the morals in what is going on here with those 11 characters that make the 144 by themselves, plus that combination of Jesus, ML, elect, plus AB, ABC. Because this is right, it all started at AB. That's why we're using that for that 9 add-on, 144 to 153. All started at AB. It can all end right here at ABC, right? The 144 shift to 153, the fish, John 21, verse 11. The right in front of your face here is the equation, 12 times 12 times, I got pluses, times 12 times 12, 27, 36, right? And that's the 153 is what produces the 32670, which is nothing but an anagram for the 20736. And if we went out to the 36th character and we add that on top of the 11 characters within the word that make it, that also contains an anagram of the 20,736 of the 12 times 12 times 12 times 12, right, which is also 144 times 144, right? So everything that's going on with those fish in those 153, right, and all of this, this is all about the morals, about making peace, right? It's about peace is AEIO, is fear, right? So the fear of God, fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Peace of God, peace of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. AEIO of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. This expression of 12, 12, 12, 12 is AEIO, is peace, right? It's about the breath and not blocking the air to anything else, right? Not washing DC here. This is about choking something else out. Blocking the air, power, corrupted, murder, sin, wickedness, all of that fucking deal, just like it was originally when it came on as C. This here is about AEIO, no free-flowing air, pure vowel, the native language of every single one of us who is born here, no matter where we are born and what kind of bullshit language is spoken around us. All of our native tongue is pure vowel. They have to whiplash us with air blocking bullshit for months to get us to begin to pick up that non-native tongue that is being spoken by the confounded dumb fucks that are here when every single one of us are born, right? We're speaking the pure truth at birth in their pure native tongue, unblocked air, right? And they're all confounded, ignorant, dumb fucks, wicked shit, air blocking shit like crazy, right? But it takes them a while to beat our native tongues out of us, right? People say, oh, English is my native tongue or some other bullshit. They have no idea. Your native tongue, my native tongue, every person who's ever been born here, your native tongue is pure, unblocked air, the vowels, right? The AEIO, there's only 4 of them within the word, right? You, the Y is stuck on you, right? The names of the letters. So this is that whole deal. Elect right here. That's what the whole deal is all about. Jesus, right? You know that whole deal. The 153, the fish in John 21:11, right? There's our 144. Elect Jesus, ML, AB, ABC. There's our other 9, right? That are the principles of everything to bring us to that. And then here is our 11 characters that make the 144 all by themselves, with the 12th 144 that doesn't quite do it, but with the extra 9, right? The net doesn't rip. The net delivers perfectly. The 12 times 12 times 12 times 12, or 144 times 144 equals 20,736, and there it is right there in the middle. That is the deal on all of that. It has massive, massive morals, right? So then this will also be applied, right? And this is the same thing as the A, B to Z entire alphabet script, final key, 20889, but everything too, this will also be applied, right, in terms of who the elect are and what qualities would the people of the elect have, right? It would be all about the morals of in the beginning and the end, right? Unblocked air, to have the mentality of the mouth of the baby, right? Those who would not seek to block the air from anything else, those who would not seek power over anything or anybody else, because power corrupts absolutely everything and turns everything into wickedness, right? That's the moral in here, the elect 153, 144, and then that same moral is within the 11 characters that make 144 by themselves, and the 12th 144 that we add on, elect Jesus, ML, and the other 9 that we add on top of that, right? It's all about the spirit, the real spirit of Zion. There's a lot of people here that say, I'm a Zionist. Joe Biden, these corrupted, wicked people that are leading Israel, all kind of people here, right, say they're Zionists, but they don't even, well, they may know what Zion is, but the reality is they're Zionists. They're about power and control, murdering, wickedness, corruption, right? The entire fucking thing here right now is all corrupted scumbags, the worst scums of the earth, the most wicked generation of leaders that you have ever had is those who lead right now. They are as wicked as it can get, right? And if they are left to their wicked devices, right, everything will be destroyed because they're that wicked. And the amount of power that they have at their disposal now means, right, that the capability of their wickedness is off the charts, right? They're And what we've seen in the last 5 years, right? We're in the 5th year in a row right now of these most wicked scumbags of all time openly threatening absolutely everybody with their capabilities, right? From the COVID attacks to this conflict going on where they've been holding the threat of nuclear war over the heads of everybody in the world, right? It's just, the cards are on the table. It's in your plain sight. They're showing everybody in their plain sight, right? Our wicked asses, no matter what you want or whatever, we can do whatever the hell we want and destroy absolutely everybody, right? If we want to, we can use our technology and our power to unleash bio attacks on you, and we'll wipe your ass out. And we'll do anything we want to you. That's what the whole lockdown thing, everything was about, right? Expressing their wickedness through the shit that they're doing, and then expressing their power and what they're able to, how much control they're able to exert over everybody. Then these conflicts that are going on right now, again, right? Nobody wants anything to do with them, any of the people, but it's them saying we have the power to do whatever the hell we want. What the people want and what's in the best interest of the people doesn't matter, right? We can do whatever we want. And then they're out there everywhere talking about, oh, well, we're going to need to mobilize and conscript, which is just another word for enslave people, right? And they're all out there openly saying it. If we want to, we can start massive conventional war. We can enslave you. We can shut down your ability to even talk about anything, because once we start this war, we'll declare martial law and have complete power over you, and anybody who dissents and says that what we're doing is not correct will be deemed a sympathizer of the enemy, and you'll either be imprisoned or killed or whatever for it, and you will be drafted, conscripted, enslaved, and you will go and be sent and sacrificed wherever the hell we want you to go and be sacrificed, right? On whatever altar we create for you, battlefield deal here, right? And there's nothing you can do about it. Doesn't matter that there is no population here that's of common people that wants war, that wants to send their children and loved ones to die, who wants everything around them to become scarce and controlled, and nobody that wants their governments to become as wicked can get, which is what martial law is. Just look at what's happening in frickin' Ukraine, right? It's unbelievable. As slave catchers on the streets, catching people that don't want to fight, forcing them into the trenches to be exterminated. I mean, this is slavery. It's right out in the open. Recognize what is in your plain sight, and the things that are hidden from you will be revealed. Right? And then they're all saying, well, we need to do that. We need to start drafting to build up our middle for all this shit that's completely unnecessary. And the only people that are choosing this are these the most wicked of all time leaders who have the power to orchestrate all of this stuff. None of the people want anything to do with it. And then they also control the media here, and they'll come out and say lying bullshit like, oh yeah, certain percentage of Europeans or Americans support having their money stolen from them, while they're under attack at home by their own leaders to send this money to Ukraine to fund the slavery of they don't tell you the slavery part, but they say, well, there's certain people amount of people support it. It's bullshit. Nobody supports that shit. Right? Oh, such and such a certain amount of Ukrainians, common citizens support. Bullshit. There's none of them want that. None of them want what is going on, right? And then they come out and they say ridiculous things like, well, we've only had 31,000 people killed in the conflict here when it's way over 500,000 minimum already killed, right? And the press all over the world will repeat these lies, and even if they're going to challenge them a little bit, they'll say, well, the American estimates are 70-some thousand, right? So they use a lie they challenge a great lie of 31,000 with another lie of 70-some thousand to try to actually reinforce the lie that it is a small amount of people. That's still a large amount of people, but we're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people have been enslaved and exterminated, and they continue it every single day. It's a mass murder campaign, and it's unbelievable, and it threatens everybody in the entire world, right? Ever since it's got going, it's been a threat saying, hey, any day that we want, we can orchestrate this nuclear war, right? And guess who are the only people who are set up with any type of rat holes to climb into, right, to try to survive the aftermath of something like this, right? It's those same motherfuckers that are corrupted, the most wicked son of a bitches of all time, that are leading the shit. Oh yeah, these people support it. Nobody supports any of this shit. Everything we got going today in terms of the governments and the news and everything, it's as fake as it fucking gets. It's all pure propaganda. They're nothing but fucking liars. The reality is that the leadership of the world is united while the common people are divided, and there are no common people that are the enemy of other common people. All common people of the world have the exact same enemy, and that's these corrupted motherfuckers that are in power today, the ones that threaten them everywhere, which is basically one big incest family, right? Runs every fucking thing everywhere. So I went into all of that, talking about that shit and going off on a tangent, because that's really what it gets down into when you take the ABC, right, to what that's about, the difference between peace and war, right? And then the biggest, most of the capital that holds the most corruption fucking here, right? Washington, D.C. is the not Washington, D.C. is also the major moral within the world, right? Fuck you. We won't grant you equality. We won't grant any multipolarity. We're the only superpower. It's us in charge and running everything, or we'll fucking destroy absolutely everything. Not Washington, D.C. No fucking tie with nobody else. We're the fucking slave owner. Everything else is the fucking slave, right? That's the deal. It all ties into that too, right? Fuck about freedom, defending human rights, and that's all a fucking joke. It's an absolute fucking disgrace, right? And the entire East and West is a fucking disgrace. There's not one bastion, one nation anywhere here that's about freedom or doing the right things, about peace, about real human rights, about anything. They're all as wicked and as fallen as it gets. So, right, they are all the epitome of what is not somebody who would be elect, right? Somebody who would actually be elect would be those who had absolutely nothing in common with any of the world leaders today. Totally opposite of them. Rejecting that power over others, rejecting that corruption that brings, and the wickedness that brings, right? The actual elect are those who are completely 180 degrees different from all of those who lead you today, right? Who are the most wicked generation of all times, and who are, right, those that this upcoming total solar eclipse on April 8th, 2024 is all about, and the 9 Ninevehs and the whole deal, right? It's about them, right? You got a choice to make, motherfucker. Either peace, or you go ahead and use your fucking shit set up to destroy everything, because one way or the other, you're not keeping a hold of anything here. So your choice is to repent for your sins and your ways, surrender, back down, end all of your wars and wickedness and bullshit, right? End your use of technology to create death and destruction and disasters, right? And make peace, in which case the technology would be allowed to set everything free, make everything better, right? Because we have scum lords here, technology is used only in the forms of that can be controlled and to make everything worse, right? The only reason technology is super dangerous right now is because of them and the ways that they are. They use it for power, and that corrupts them and turns them into just nasty, nasty, wicked people, right? But without that intent on having the power and control over it, everything, the technology, everything is there to make this place basically heaven on earth, right? If we had a peaceful situation of equality without those seeking the power and control over everything else, we could create a type of heaven on earth here, make life absolutely better for everything. And the reality is that these fuckers are so bad that even when they have it the best of the best in this shithole environment that they created, if they made peace, they would have it even better, right? As an equal in peace times, in this place ran peacefully, right, than they do right now. They're on the top of the fucking mountain of a pile of shit. And it's only a mountain, a pile of shit because of them, right? They would rather retain a position of power and control on top of a mountain of shit than be an equal in something that would be much better than anything that could possibly be done under them. So this also ties into the whole sign of Jonah and the solar eclipses and the warning to repent and all of that, right? It's time for these shitheads on top of the shit mountain to either shit or get off the pot. If they're going to destroy everything and use the power and wickedness that they've created with technology, the time to do it is very short now. Otherwise, they're losing power, right? No matter what they do, they're losing power. They're the time of their reign of terror is coming to an end, right? That's why they're panicking and doing all this shit that they're doing, right? They're not illiterate like most of the common people in the masses, right? They actually have some ability and knowledge to actually read, right? Because this is not the first time here that the living word is being given freely to everybody here, and all of the morals of it is being taught to everybody here, right? It's been given many different times, right? And they still retain knowledge of it from those previous times, right? But they hide it and they refuse to abide by it and allow others to have it, right? And instead, they take the route of power and corruption and wickedness, right? It's because they're dirty on the inside, right? They're dirty on the inside. So That's the whole moral of all of this. The elect, the 144 makers, all right, John 21, chapter 11, the 153, that whole deal, it all ties together here. So with that said, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to this channel if you think that's something you should do, and have a nice day.